Oh, good evening, everyone. It is almost midnight where I am, but I just got to get something off my chest. So here's the real mystery. How do real MLMers like us, who didn't cheat and only bug family members and friends, who want to grow a profitable home business, how do we recruit A players into our downlines and create extra incomes, yet still have plenty of time for the rest of our lives? That's the blaring question, and this podcast will give you the answer. My name is Steve Larson, and welcome to Secret MLM Hacks Radio. Hey, I don't know if there are any other prior service members out there who are listening, but I was in the Army for a while and really enjoyed it. When I was at basic training, I went through and I actually really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the struggle. And I went in a little bit of a different time than most people do. I was 25 when I went in. I was already married. We had a kid. You know what I mean? It's a very different setting than most people who join the military. Most of them were 9 years younger than me and were like 17. You know, some of them had waivers to join early in life. You know what I mean? Like, it's very different. So I already out of the gate, I was a little bit of a different person. Now, they knew that. My drill sergeants knew that, and they knew exactly who I was and who I wasn't. And they knew that I had a pretty clean record, fairly clean record going into the Army. And what was funny is that towards the end of the training, it was intense, it was fun. I actually really enjoyed it. I would definitely go back to basic, just for the challenge of it even, which, some people say it's not that hard. Some people, it was hard for me. My drill sergeant, other drill sergeants called him the Dragon. He was intense. He was really fun though. Because he was so intense. You know what I mean? I'd rather be fully immersed in it and give me the full crappy experience, you know what I mean, than like something that's like easy. And that's just kind of my personality. Go all the way or nothing, so anyway, so towards the end of basic training, we had shot machine guns and thrown grenades, and we'd done all sorts of crazy stuff, and it was a lot of fun, and we'd done all sorts of stuff. It was in the middle of winter and very, very cold, and sometimes they'd use that to their advantage just to throw a little extra pain at us, which is a lot of fun, but not always fun in the moment. Anyway, towards the end of the training, they knew that my record was fairly clean, and it just so happened I was at Fort Jackson, South Carolina, Relaxin' Jackson, and I was over there, and that happens to be where the nation's Polygraph Center also is. And if you don't know what a polygraph is, that is like the lie detector, that you see in movies where they hook you up to lie detectors, stuff like that. If you've ever seen, I can't even remember the name of the movie. Anyway, whatever. Well, they came to me and said, "Hey, Larson, check it out. Hey, you've got an assignment that we're sending you on. They're like, tomorrow what you're going to go do is you're going to go hang out with all of the new NSA, FBI, and CIA agents at the Polygraph Center. And they're going to hook you up to a polygraph, and they're going to practice reading your vitals and all this stuff while you answer their questions." And I was like, "Are you serious? That's awesome. I want to do that so bad. That'd be so cool." And they're like, "It is actually serious though. If they do actually find anything, they'll actually kick you out of the Army. And by the way, if you do fail some of it, they're going to take you into another room and they are actually going to interrogate you." And I was like, "Awesome. Oh my gosh, this is so cool." And they're like, "You're not supposed to want that. That's pretty intense." And I was like, "Come on, baby, break me. Like, let's do it." It's just kind of my personality. Anyway, so I go over to this Polygraph Center, and there's other soldiers over there with me, and my platoon's over there, and or a few of the guys, and we go and they start hooking us up. And they've got sensors on our arms and our fingertips and stuff around our chest, and you know what I mean? There's all this stuff, and they are practicing reading vitals. And what they taught us was really interesting, and I promise this has everything to do with MLM. Just stick with me for a second, okay? And what they did, though, is they taught us that when you tell a lie, there's actually a physical response to that lie, much as how the body responds when a disease enters the body, or some kind of poison. That's how your body reacts. There's a physical reaction to you telling a lie. Interesting, huh? So what they told us to do is they said, "Hey, look, tell the truth, but then sometime in there, tell a lie." That way, the new NSA, CIA, FBI agent can tell that you're lying and will help their training. And they're like, and be good at it. Really try to convince them. Actually try to fool them. Be very good. Actually tell the lie. Don't tell them when you're going to tell the lie. Okay? And I was like, cool. Like, this is going to be awesome. You know what I mean? So we go in there, and again, they hook us all up and everything, and the test starts. And we're in the test, and the test starts, and they're going, and I'm only allowed to answer yes and no to things. Is your name Stephen Larson? Yes. At that time, are you 25 years old? Yes. Are you male? Yes. You know what I mean? And so it's yes, no, yes, no. Well, the time came for me to lie. It's very interesting, and I'm sitting in this very quiet room. It's almost like a padded room, you know what I mean? And I'm all hooked up to all this stuff. I mean, it's like straight out of a Jason Bourne scene a little bit, It felt like that anyway. I'm sure it wasn't exactly, but it came time for me to lie. And I decided that I was like, okay, it's coming up. I'm going to tell the lie. And I relaxed my body, and they asked the next question, and I lied. And I waited for them to catch me in it and like go bring me to the interrogation room or something. And the agent moved forward a little bit, squinted at the screen, and slowly repeated the question again. And I took, without her seeing, took another deep breath. I relaxed my body, and then I answered again the question, and I lied. And I beat it. And she didn't catch it. And I was like, oh my gosh, I just beat a polygraph machine. Like, way back in the day when those things came out, they're way harder to fool, And I was like, and I was reflecting on that. I was like, how did I beat? First of all, I was ticked that I didn't go to the interrogation room, and they were like, Larson, dude, you're not supposed to want that. Like, it's interrogation. It's kind of intense. Like, they'll actually break you. And I was like, good. Yeah. I was like, yeah, whoa. I want the sky, baby. Let's do it. Make it hard. Anyway. I beat it though, and I lied. And I talked to a few of the other soldiers that were with me afterward, and it turns out there's only like one of the guy who actually beat it, and everyone else they caught. And I was like, how come I was able to beat that thing? And I figured out that there were two things that made it so that I could beat the polygraph machine. And again, this has everything to do with you and your MLM. It has everything to do with it, okay? And what I had to do, number one, is I had to relax my body in such a way that I had to get to a place of pure apathy, meaning I didn't care. I didn't care about anything. I didn't care about myself. I didn't care about anyone. I didn't care about my opinions or my beliefs. I didn't care about anything at all. It was very hard. It was hard for me to reach that state because I'm a very opinionated person, right? And I was like, okay. The second thing, though, is that this is the key part. This is actually how it actually worked, I believe. In order for me to actually beat the polygraph machine, I had to believe the lie. So not only did I have to go and just get relaxed, I had to actually believe the lie. Now you think about that, and you think about how powerful that is, and you think about all the voices that go on inside your head when you start down something like MLM, something that's not easy, something at all that's not easy, whether it's MLM or not. There are a lot of lies that start, and there's a lot of lies that you have to get fight against, right? There are voices outside of you telling you can't do it. There are voices inside of you telling you can't do it. Whether it's your own dialogue or somebody else's, there are lies all around you, and you have got to be cognizant of which ones are the lies. Okay? Don't get caught in it. All right? When I first got started in this MLM game, man, there were all sorts of people that were telling me I couldn't do it, all right? And it was painful, some of the people that were telling me I couldn't do it. People that I trusted, people that were close to me, people that I wanted them to believe in me and say, Stephen, go get it, you can do it. But that's not how it works a lot of times. It really doesn't, all right? And they're going to come out and they're going to say, you know what, you can't do this. Don't believe the lie, all right? Now, think about it. A doctor, a lawyer, right? A very high-paid consultant. How long do they go to school for? Right? Like 8 years. And then they come out and they start making like $500,000 a year or something like that. Right? Took them 8 years to provide that kind of value to the marketplace. Now, if you are just starting this game out and you've only been going for a few months and you're not making $500,000 a year, stop getting mad about it. Don't get mad about it. Do you really think that you are able to get out there and make that kind of money out of the gate, never having done any kind of business thing ever, and expecting that kind of income when it took other people 8 years to hit that kind of income, right? I'm not saying it's not possible, right? There are people that do it, but too often we're not patient enough for the process to happen. So buy into it emotionally, buy into it and know, okay, this is going to be a while. And you know what? I'm in it for the long term. And again, if you love the MLM, stay in it. If you don't, man, find something you're freaking passionate about, because life's too dang short for you to sit around for things you're not passionate about. Find something you're passionate about, and selling will become easy after that. You guys, selling is not hard at all. Selling is merely finding people who have a predisposition towards buying your thing and helping them see why it's logical for them to get it. That's it. You're transferring belief. That's all it is. You're just saying, look, this stuff's awesome. You know what I mean? I'm never going to buy a pink Volkswagen. I'm just never going to. I don't have a I don't have a disposition, a preset disposition towards owning a pink Volkswagen. Like, I'm just never going to buy that. You know what I mean? And too often we go out and we start trying to sell the MLM, and we start trying to sell ourselves and convince ourselves of something that we just don't believe in, or we try and sell other people in a product that they just don't have a predisposition towards. So find an MLM that you have a predisposition to completely believe in, something you can stand totally behind with and have that passion with, right? And then number 2, if you're going out and you're trying to sell people and you don't have full belief in what it is, people are going to smell that like a dog smells fear. They know when you don't believe in your product, right? And if you don't believe in it, it's time to start using it, right? And actually gain your own testimonial about it. I think Tyson Zahner was one of the guys that first taught me that principle, but it's one of the biggest, most powerful ones I've ever heard. Anytime I ever talk about anyone, like, I'm going to try, I always try and give credit where credit is due. So, I'll always try and name drop, the people that I'm learning things from. So anyway, that's all I wanted to say with this though, is that, guys, if you don't believe in your own product, a lot of times you're starting to believe the lies that you can't get this done. You're starting to believe the lies that maybe the product's not good, and maybe it isn't. And if you can't overcome that, you got to go find a product that you do. There's no other soft, sugar-coated way around it. Like, find something that you're awesome at. Find something that you love. Find something that you can be awesome at, and swim with the current again instead of against it. You know what I mean? So, anyways, that's one of the biggest tickets, in my opinion, to success in this is guarding yourself against the lies that are out there, and you guard yourself like crazy with them. Don't. Sometimes we try and prolong the pain and say, like, well, belief will come eventually. Eventually, I'll believe that I love this. Eventually, I'll believe that it's amazing when it starts to work for me. That's not how it works. The belief comes first. Then the success happens, right? Anyway, I feel like I'm saying the same things over and over again, but that's the main point I just wanted to make. Make sure that you don't believe the lie. Understand and try and identify the lies when they come. And if you are having a really hard time with your business and your product, believing it, believing the message, believing the product, believing that it'll work, believing that you can be successful with it, if you're really struggling with it, it's time to find a place where you really can believe it, because people will be able to see that, and they'll know that, and it'll shine in your confidence, or it will be a detriment to you because no one will actually be able to believe you. If selling is just the transference of belief, if you don't believe it, there's no belief to transfer, and so they're not going to believe in it. And so even if you do recruit people in your downline, they're not going to do anything. Does that make sense? Anyway, hopefully that story sticks. Hopefully it's powerful, and hopefully that helped you in what you're doing. Guys, if you have just a few minutes, go to secretmlmhacksradio.com. There are 5 videos there. I call it the MLM Masters Pack. And what it does is it teaches you how to treat your downline in such a way and recruit in such a way and create an offer for your MLM in such a way that makes you unique again and teaches people why they should join you or why they should get in your product or whatever it is. Does that make sense? Because every person out of the gate with MLM is the same. So how are you going to be unique? Why should I join you when there's thousands of others that are like you? You know what I mean? Anyway, so go get that. And anyways, hopefully this was helpful. Be beware the lies. Beware of believing the lies. It's easy to do once you start to have your confidence shaken. Don't lose your confidence, and you'll be able to be successful with this business and whatever it is, whatever MLM you've decided to align with. All right, guys, thanks so much. Talk to you later. Bye. Hey, thanks for listening. Please remember to subscribe and leave feedback. Would you like me to teach your own downline 5 simple MLM recruiting tips for free? If so, go download your free MLM Masters Pack by subscribing to this podcast at secretmlmhacksradio.com.